right, everybody. Welcome to the Revel Systems Revel Point of Sale webinar here at RCS. I'm going to go through a quick PowerPoint just to introduce everybody, and then we'll get started with the demo. And if you do have any questions, everybody's going to be on mute just so we don't have any background noise. But if you have any questions, go ahead and use the Q&A function, which is going to be either at the bottom or top of your screen. Just says Q&A. You can go ahead and enter any questions in there, and I'll either read them out loud so everybody knows what they are, or we'll just type a response directly back to you. So we'll be looking at that for the duration of the webinar. So let's get started. All right. My name is Alex Koppelkamp. I'm the Manager of Strategic Initiatives here at RCS. And joining me today from Revel is Michael. He's a senior sales executive from Revel Systems. He's a product expert and is going to take us through the great product that is Revel. Little bit about RCS real quick. Founded in 1987, we've been in business for over 30 years, providing retailers and restaurants of all shapes and sizes solutions that meet their business needs. So we offer a number of solutions and services, best in breed services and solutions for all customers, and that's one of those solutions that we're going to see today, which is Revel, which we've picked out and identified in the marketplace as being kind of the best in breed SaaS solution, iPad-based system. So just a little bit about RCS, and then Revel is a newer solution. They've been on the market for a number of years at this point. They run on iPads, and they've got a couple different tiers. They've got Essentials and Enterprise. Essentials is great for kind of small chains or single sites, and then Enterprise is for large chains and a little bit more customizable, bigger brand names across a national footprint. And we'll get into those with Michael in just a second. So that's all I have. So let's jump right into some products here with Michael. Mike, you want to go ahead and share your screen out?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much for the introduction, Alex.
Yeah, of course.
Perfect, Alex. You're able to see my screen?
Yep.
Awesome. I'll go and take it over. Hey, everybody. My name is Michael Magenheimer. I am a sales executive for Revel Systems. Been with the company for 3 years. And if this is your first time ever learning about Revel Systems or seeing Revel Systems, I would just like to share just a few photos of what the system is. So Revel Systems is a iPad point of sale system. Everything front of house will be done on a iPad, so it's very easy to do a transaction, to ring up a customer, to add somebody into the database, and to ring them out. Right here, I'm going to show you just a few examples of what the system will look like. So with Revel Systems, we're actually a very interesting point of sale company because we actually cater to 3 different verticals. One vertical is quick service, another one is table service, and the third one is retail. And with our equipment right here, you can see that right here is the bar setup. You can see that we have 2 iPads right here. This iPad right here is for the employee, and with the employee, they will be able to make any adjustments, any changes, and ring up customers right here. Here's another setup that's actually very popular for a lot of retail and quick service customers. This is the customer facing display. So right here with this setup, you can have an iPad that is facing towards the customer, and they'll be able to capture the information. You get their first name, last name, email, and phone number, and you can easily roll them into a loyalty rewards program. Right over here, here's just another example of a retail setup for Revel Systems. And let me go and dive into the software real quick. So right here, what you're looking at, this is going to be the main screen that employees will be able to clock into. So right here, I'm going to go ahead and input my PIN. When I do so, it will then bring me to my main point of sale screen. So right here, what you're seeing is the front dashboard for Revel systems. So right here, I'll start in the top left-hand corner. You will see a quick product mix report. And with this product mix report, this is going to show you your top most popular items for that day. So right here, you can see that my most popular item is the men's New Era hat. Right over here, if you hit these three little dots, you'll be able to input your PIN, and you'll be able to view a handful of other reports. Right here, you have the capability to view a labor report. So with this report right here, you'll be able to keep track of your labor costs, your net sales, and your labor percentage. Right over here, you also have the capability to keep track of your hourly sales. So right over here, I'll show you the number of transactions, the number of items, the average sales, and the sales throughout the day. I'm a big fan of this report right here because it actually gives you a rolling timeline of the last 2 weeks, so you can easily compare your sales week over week. Right over here, the last report that I want to show you is the sales summary. So this right here is just a quick high-level report that you can see that's going to show you the net sales, the payments, and the discounts and voids throughout the day. And I'm a big fan of these reports right here because it actually just gives you a quick high level as a manager to see how the business is doing. If you want a more tailored report, you can actually go right over here and hit the reports button. And we have a sales report option that you can click on. And when you hit the sales report option, you actually have the capability to filter through a certain date and time. Right over here, you can filter through all employees, or if you wanted to, you can break it down by certain employees or by certain point of sale stations. If you go back, you also have the capability to filter through options. So right here, you can filter through any open or unpaid orders. Right down here, you can filter through classes, categories, and subcategories. And this is actually really powerful right here because you can see what's actually selling in your business. Then right down here, we have local data, hourly sales, and labor. And if you hit generate right here, you'll actually print out a report on a receipt. So starting at the very top right here, it's going to give you the date and time. It will show you the sales, the total product sales, any service fees, show any item discounts, your net sales, your taxes. With Revel systems, we have the capability to do house counts. You can do gift cards, store credits, deposits. This will show any voids, returns, comps, any exchanges, any refunds, also any cash adjustments, so you can keep track of all the pay-ins, payouts, cash drops, safe drops. This will also give you a breakdown of your payments, and it will show cash due to house. Then right down here is the product data by subcategory. Another cool feature is right here, you can actually email these reports to any owners or any managers, and you can actually set parameters up where every time at, let's say, 3 o'clock or 7 o'clock, you want to see those numbers, you can automatically have those reports sent to your inbox. Next thing I want to show you right up here, we have time clocks, so you can have employees clock in, clock out. Right down here, we have time management, so you can keep track of who's on the clock, who's off the clock. Right here, this will be till management, so you can click right here and you can set up a till. Last thing I'm going to show you is end of day process, so I'll get back to that. Right over here, this is where you can facilitate returns. Right here, you can do product setup, so if you want to add a one-off item, you can go right here. You can filter through your category, your subcategory, and you can easily input a new product. You just hit add product right here, and it'll populate this screen. So right here on the left-hand side, you can go ahead and add the product. You can input a description. Right here, you can put category, subcategory, the classes, input the price, the cost. And once you're done, you can hit save, and it'll automatically populate onto the point of sale screen. We also have the capability to do catering, invoices. Shipping as well, we can integrate with UPS and FedEx. Right here, if you want to add a rewards card, you can go ahead and click that button. You can do appointments, delivery management. Right over here, this will show you all your orders. So you can see any open orders. You can do all the orders for today. Up here, if you need to do an advanced search, you can go to manage orders or hit advanced search, and you can look up previous orders by the order ID, the credit cards. You can do by a certain date range, a serial number, or a loyalty card. Then to begin an order, very simple, just hit new order. And when you do so, it will bring you to your point of sale screen. So this right here, this is what employees will be using to make a transaction. So right up here on the right-hand side will be your menu. This can be your products. So with Revel systems, you'll be able to break down everything into tiers. So we have categories, subcategories, and products. So right here, if you want to add a product, very simple. You just find the category and the subcategory and the product that you want to add to the item. So right here, when I click on the item, we have the capability to do matrix inventory. So right here, I can select a certain size. So let's do 7, and I can select a certain color. So I'm going to do red, and it will then be populated on the left-hand side. We also have the capability to have scanners, so you can scan the items and they'll automatically populate right here on the left-hand side. Right over here, if you want to add a customer to the order, very simple. Just click at the very top. It will populate the screen, and you can hit Add Customer. And if it's for a returning customer, you can actually look them up by the magnifying glass. So you can look them up by their first name, last name, phone number, email. If they're a new customer, you just hit Create New, and you'll be able to capture the information. So starting at the very top, you can decide if it's for an individual or if it's for a company. You can then add their first name, last name, phone number, email. You can capture the birthday. Right over here, we can do customer groups. So you can roll your customer into a special rewards program or a special discount. So every time they come in and you attach them to the order, they get 5% off their transaction or order. Right down here, you can add their address, and you can add any specialty notes right down here. Once you capture it in all the information, you can hit save, and they'll automatically be saved into your database. For this one, I'm going to go and select Armando to the order, so I'm going to add into the order. And when I do add Armando to the order, it will actually give you a quick snapshot of the last time they came into your business. So right here, Armando visited 0 times the last 3 months. And once it keeps returning, it will go in and show you the total payments, the discounts that you've been offering, and it will show you the most popular items that have been being sold. From here, if you're ready to go ahead and pay, you just hit this pay button. It will then bring you to the checkout screen. So at the checkout screen, starting at the very top, it will calculate any discounts. It will show any service fees. It will give you the subtotal, surcharge, tax, auto gratuity. It will give you the total, the balance due. Right down here, we do have some action items. You can do a gift receipt. You can email the receipt. You can reprint it. Right here, this is where you can refund payment. You can do rewards or loyalty programs right here. On the bottom right-hand corner, this will be the different types of payments you can receive. These blue tiles, these are called the fast cash tiles. So if you have a lot of customers that are coming and paying with cash, instead of manually typing it out, you can press this once, you can hit cash, and it'll automatically give you the change. And from right here, you can then dispense the change to the customer. You can then press done, and you can then begin on the next transaction. So that right there is just a quick overview of just what it looks like to make a quick transaction. Moving to the back of house, this is actually Revel's big selling point, is our whole backend is completely cloud-based. So what that means to you is we're going to create a URL that's going to be dedicated to your business. And with this URL, you'll be able to access all your information in real time for your business. So once you input your username and your password, it'll bring you to this dashboard right here. And with this dashboard, you'll be able to run a handful of different reports. This first tab that I'm going to show you is the Overview tab. And if I scroll down, it's going to give you a quick payments overview. And with this payments overview, it's just going to show you the sales for that day. So it'll give you the total payments. It will show you the credit sales, the actual cash. It will calculate any total discount, sales tax, the net sales. If I scroll down, it will give me a quick customer insights report. So it's going to show me all my new and repeating customers. And right down here, we have a labor stats report. So it's going to calculate the total employee hours, the sales per employee hours, the total wages, and the average labor cost. Right over here, you do have the capability to do a target labor cost. So if you're looking to lower your labor costs right here, this will give you a good forecasting tool to see where I can save some money on cutting staff or labor. The next thing I want to show you is the reports. So if you're a big analytical person, you're really going to love Revel Systems. So with Revel Systems, we're going to give you 40 different reports to your disposal. And just give you 1 second while my reports load. My internet's being a little bit slow on my end. So for the first report that I'm going to show you is the sales summary. So pretty straightforward. It's going to give you the sales for whatever time period that you want to filter through. Right down here, you can select the dates that you want to filter through down to the hour and the minute. Right down here, you have the capability to do filters. So right here, you can filter through point of sale stations. You can filter through employees, online orders, any inclusions. Right over here, all these 3 little dots, you'll be able to download your reports to a PDF or Excel format. Over here is the operational report. So this right here gives you a high-level overview of what's really going on in your business. I'm a big fan of this report because it actually gives you a breakdown of sales by class. So right here, if you have a wide variety of different products you're offering, you can get just a group class breakdown of what's selling in your business. So right here, it'll give you the class. It'll show you your raw quantity sales. It'll show any voids, returns, comps, any exchanges. It'll give you the gross sales and the net sales. Right down here, this will show you payments, give you gross product sales, cash summary, the cash office summary, labor report. So this is great, so you can keep track of the number of hours and the wages. Right down here, you have discounts and a report where you can see the voids, returns, and comps. The next thing I want to show you is the hourly sales. So very straightforward. It's going to give you a breakdown of your sales per hour. And you do have the capability to filter through day of the week, and you can filter by certain product classes. Right over here, you can break it down to an hourly review or 15-minute view, and you can group them up. The next report that I'm going to show you is the product mix report. This is actually one of my favorite reports. I call this the money report. So right here on the right-hand side, this is going to show you your top 10 quantity items sold. Then on your left-hand side, this is going to show you your most profitable items. And right down here, if you scroll down, this will give you a more granular view of your product mix report. So it'll show you the quantity, the total sales, and the cost of goods sold. If you want to take it a step further, we actually have a preferences button that you can click. And with this preferences, you'll be able to drill down into the data a little bit more. So starting in the top left-hand corner, you can actually sort by the preference. You can do it by a parent class. You can do it by a certain vendor. You can do it by classes, categories, or by products. Right down here, you can do fields. So you can do it by modifiers. You can do it by SKUs, descriptions, categories. You can keep track of by different quantities. You can do it by returns, exchange, comps. This will show you percentage of total sales, discounted items, taxes. Right here, I'm a big fan of this one because you can see the margins So you can click right here, click cost of goods sold, click on the gross margin, the gross margin percentage, and when I hit save, it will automatically generate a report for me to view. So right here, if I want to see what autographs are selling, it will go ahead and give me a breakdown of those autographs that I'm selling. Right over here, we have order history. So it'll give you a breakdown of everything that happened in that transaction. So right here, if I want to click on this, it will show me, starting at the very top, any order notes. So it's going to show me who created it, at what establishment. It'll show me the items that were ordered and their payments. And it'll show me when it was open and when it was closed. Next report's payment summary. So it's going to show you all the different types of payments that you're receiving in your business. I like this report because it actually gives you a breakdown of your credit card sales. So you can see your MasterCard, your Visa, American Express. Then right over here, Revel system also offers 40 other reports to your disposal. So you can see the cash office. If you have salespeople that are paid by the commissions, you can do a commissions report. You can see what your customers are buying. They'll show you discounts. Employee profit report, so you can see which employees are making you money. End of day report, labor report. You can keep track of your invoices right here. Right here, if you are doing health accounts, those will give you a high-level overview of the summary of the health accounts. Service fees, serial numbers, taxes. So you have a lot of good reports to your disposal when using Revel systems. The next thing I want to show you is the products. So adding products is actually very easy with Revel systems. So right here, like I said at the very beginning, Revel system breaks everything down by tiers. So when you're adding a product, very simple, you just find the category, the subcategory in the product that you want to add the product. So let's say if I want to add a new beer, I just click on the beer. I select the category that I want to add the product. So let's say I want to add a new domestic beer. Right down here, you just find the product and you add the new item. So seasonal IPA, let's do 3. I can input the cost and the price. And right here, once I'm done, I can hit save. And that item will then populate onto the point of sale system. Right over here, we have the capability to do custom menus. So for example, if you guys are having a special event going on and you want to give discounts for certain items, you can actually create a special menu for that special event. We can do upsell combos. You can do product life cycles. So let's say if your business runs specials every, let's say 15 days, and you want to do let me give you an example, like a fall discount at the very end of, let's say 2 weeks, you want to do automatic 10% on items. You can go ahead and have those items automatically drop on certain dates. So let's say 14th, it's 10%, then the 21st drops on to 15. You can set automatic price drops, and you can have them reset at the very beginning of the month. Right here, you can do product groups. You can assign different classes. Right here, you'll be able to input discounts, do service fees. Right here, you can add taxes. You can set up multiple different tax codes. Right down here, you'll be able to import your products through Excel. So if you're doing a mass overhaul or if you need to change your prices, you can actually download a template to this Excel format. You can actually copy and paste all your items into this Excel format, and you can upload it into Revel systems. Right over here, this is the inventory module. So with Revel systems, you have the capability to keep track of items by product level or by ingredient or widget level. Right down here, you'll be able to keep track of the products. This will show you the barcode, the SKU, and the bin number. You can have a class associated to the product, and you can also tie the product to a vendor, which makes it very easy to do purchase orders. Right here, this will be the inventory unit measurement. You can have a low stock alert. So if you ever hit this threshold, it will automatically create an alert to whoever's in charge of inventory to order new items. Right here, this will keep track of the cost divided by inventory unit. This will show you the total amount and the current inventory. Right here, we have action items. So if you're receiving new inventory, you can hit receive. You can input the quantity, the unit. Right here, you can put the cost divided by unit. And you can put any notes right here. So I can put new shipment. And once I receive the items, it will automatically populate into the system in real time. You also have the capability to damage items. So let's say if you had a new inventory come in and an item broke, you can go ahead and update that so you can keep track of that. Cross item. Right over here, we also have the capability to transfer inventory. So if you have multiple locations, it's actually very easy to set up transfers. You can hit transfer and you'll be able to select the items that you want to move to other locations. So right here on the left-hand side, Revel System is actually a platform that's built to scale. So it's actually very easy to keep track of all your different establishments on one backend. If you ever need to view other reports or make any changes on the backend, you can actually scroll and find the establishment that you want to make that change. You can click on it, and you'll be able to make those changes in real time. Right over here, you have the capability to add vendors. So adding a vendor, very simple, just hit create vendor. You'll be able to capture the vendor's information. Right over here, once you do create the vendor, you can upload the items that the vendor is supplying. Then to do a reorder, very simple, just click reorder. And once you tie the products to a vendor, it's very easy to do a purchase order. So right here, let me just click on David's Party Supply. When I click on that, it'll give me the items that I can reorder. So right here on the left-hand side, this will show me the items, the SKU, the barcodes. Right here, this will show my on order. This will give me my current inventory, show me a threshold. We also have the capability to do pour quantity. So every time you do a purchase order, it will automatically purchase this amount right here. Then to create the purchase order, you just hit generate PO. And when you do that, it will bring you to this screen. So it will allow you to create a new PO, or you can do create PO and receive it at the same time. So with this PO, I'm just going to hit create new PO. And when I do that, it will bring me to this screen right here. So it will show me my vendor information. It will just show me my shipping information, my contact information. You can attach a file to it. Right here, this will give me the items I'm going to reorder. Right here, it's going to show me my units that I'm going to be ordering. I can input a cost. And once everything looks good, I can hit save, and it will then create the purchase order. And I believe it's going to give me an error because I didn't input this information, but right over here, I just want to give you an example what the purchase order would look like. So right here with this purchase order, it will then give me a breakdown of all my different orders. So right here, I can filter through PO status. I can see new, sent, received, finalized. It'll give me the invoice status. It'll give me the inventory number. I can search by vendor name or product or by a certain date range. Right here, it's going to give me a ID number, the vendor, the invoice number, the total right here. It will show you the date it was created, when it was finalized, who finalized it, and the PO status and the invoice status. Right over here, this will allow you to receive items. If you need to make any edits to the purchase orders, that's where you'll do that. If you need to duplicate it to make another purchase order, you can just press that. You can print it, and you can email the purchase order again. Right over here, this will be the employees. So with Revel systems, this is where you'll be able to add and subtract employees. Right here, you can add roles. So right here, you'll be able to input the name, the department, and right over here, this will show you the permissions. So with Revel systems, you're going to have two permissions you can give. So right here, you can do front-end point-of-sale system. You can do back-of-house. So for the front-of-house, for the POS role permissions, you click on that. It will then populate all the different roles at the very top. On the left-hand side, this will be the permissions. So with Revel systems, you have the capability to give certain roles to certain permissions. So for example, if you only want managers to give discounts, you can set up where only the managers are able to do that. However, regular employees are not able to do so. So when they are going to give that discount, they will need manager approval to do so. The next thing I want to show you is schedules. So with Revel systems, when you click schedules, it'll give you shift schedule. So right here, it's going to give you a breakdown of the employees. It's going to show you the total hours, the total wages. Right over here, it'll give you the schedule. And to add somebody to the schedule is very simple. You just go ahead and click on the date. And when you do so, it will bring you to this screen. You can hit add new. It will give you a start time, end time. And with Revel systems, you have the capability to do AM, PM, or military time. When you update the end time, you'll be able to do an end status. So you'll be able to do clock out. You can clock them out at a break. If there's multiple roles, you can select what role they're clocking in for. Right here, we'll show them what department that they're in. Right here, you can hit save. And now you can see that Scott Crane is scheduled for this Friday. From here, you have the capability to send the schedule to the employee. When you do so, press OK. And now the schedule has been sent to Scott Crane. Right over here, you have timesheet rules. So you have capability to make some changes to your schedule. So right here, it'll give you maximum regular hours max regular hours per day. It'll give you max overtime hours that you want to give to employees. You can calculate overtime, double time, max regular hours worked. You can allow clock on the 4 shifts. You can also set a certain limit to how far back they can clock in. So only 10 minutes. Right here, you can declare tips on payroll. You can select the week that it starts on. So if your busiest days are Wednesdays instead of Mondays, you can hit Wednesday right here. And when you hit save, the schedule will then populate as Wednesday as the first date. Right here, this will show you a 12-hour clock. So you can go ahead and do AM, PM. Day starts on time. So right here, you can select what time your day starts. Right here, Revel system integrates with ADP, Paychecks, and QuickBooks. So all your payroll will automatically sync over to one of those platforms. Right here, next I want to show you is time worked. So this is going to show you the hours that the employees have been clocked in, clocked out. And right here, this will be the payroll. So it'll show you the employees, and it'll show you the hours worked. And this information right here, this will be able to integrate with ADP Paychecks. If you're not using one of those payrolls, you actually have the capability to download this to an Excel or PDF file. Next thing I want to show you is the database. So right here, this is where you'll be able to keep track of your customers. So right here, you can look up a customer by their first name, last name, phone number, or email. Right here, you can add them into customer groups. Right here, you can do loyalty tiers. Then if you have a marketing platform that you want to integrate with, you can then actually export your customers and you can upload them into a MailChimp account and you can do marketing blasts to your customers for any promotions that you may have. And right over here, Revel Systems, we're a very unique company. We have a lot of different settings that you can do. So we have over 500, 600 settings that you can do to help tweak the system to the way that you want to configure your business. So it makes it easy for your employees to make any transactions or customize it best practice to your business. And yeah, that wraps up my presentation. So I'll kick it back to you, Alex, for the Q&A.
Awesome, thank you. One of the questions that we had was upgrades. It's something that we run into with kind of across all of our platforms. You know, the new features come out, you're rolling those out. How does that look to as a customer?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a phenomenal question. So with the Revel systems, with our monthly subscription, the updates are automatically rolled in. So with Revel systems, we tend to have updates every 2 to 3 months. So that's automatically going to be included into your subscription.
And that just, it just kind of shows up, or is there a process that you have to go through, or how does that, like, what's the customer experience on that?
Yeah, absolutely. So everything back of house, right here, what I'm showing you, that's automatically going to be updated. Then right over here on the iPad, the app will update. So it will give you, our team will give you notifications when updates are coming. And to do an update, very simple. It will notify you that update is occurring, and the update only takes about like 5 to 10 seconds to do.
Got it. That's awesome. And the other question that we always get is, you know, what if the internet's out? Can we still process credit cards and run transactions?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a phenomenal question. So Revel Systems, we actually have a very unique setup. So we actually have something called the hybrid cloud-based architecture. So what that means is we're going to create our own private area network that's going to be dedicated to the terminals. So everything's going to be hardwired in, and we're also going to provide a access point as backup. So God forbid, if your internet does go down, you're still able to process credit card transactions, you're still able to process orders, and once the internet connects, all those orders will then be able to process.
Okay, so it's not obviously authorizing the credit card at that time, but it can store it and process it after the fact?
That is correct.
Okay, awesome. The other question I had was, you know, if a customer has a lot of inventory, how does that get into the system initially? I mean, it looked pretty easy to kind of input those items, but is there a way to do an import or anything like that into the system?
Yeah, great question. So with Revel Systems, when you're getting onboarded, you're going to be working with a project manager, and the project manager's sole job is to help upload the system and give you best practices. And it's a very consultative approach on how to set up your inventory. And with your inventory, it's actually pretty easy for a lot of retail customers because the Excel template that we give you, it's very easy to customize to upload all those items into the database. So when you are getting onboarded with the Revel Systems, we spend a lot of time to make sure that you get onboarded successfully.
Okay, so it's more of like a one-on-one approach to make sure that, you know, all of our information's in there initially.
Yes, absolutely.
Awesome. I think that's everything that I had for now. Let me, oh, it actually looks like we just got another one here. Does the system automatically integrate with QuickBooks?
Yes, Revel Systems, we have a direct integration with QuickBooks Online. So all your sales data, all your inventory, and your payroll will sync over. So what happens is at the very end of each day, there's going to be an invoice that gets pushed over to QuickBooks.
Okay, and that's QuickBooks Online, right? You said?
Correct.
Okay, great. And there's no additional cost or anything like that for that?
No additional cost to that.
Which actually kind of brings up another question, which is, you know, I mean, how does this architecture work with other integrations do you guys work with other companies? You know, if I want to have an e-commerce site or anything like that?
Yes, absolutely. So Revel Systems, we actually have an open API, which means that's just the fancy way of saying that we're able to integrate with a lot of different softwares out there. So we do work with companies like Cosmos and Modern Retail. So if you do have an e-commerce platform like WooCommerce or BigCommerce, you're able to integrate those platforms into Revel Systems, and you can have a two-way bridge.
Got it. So do you guys have a list of kind of who you integrate with today? I mean, it sounds like new integrations are possible, but do you have a list that people have access to see what's possible today?
Yes, absolutely. It's located on our website underneath partners. And if you guys want to do a deeper dive, please give us a call, and I'll be able to hop on the phone to double check and see if we can go ahead and integrate with them. Something really cool, we actually work with a company called 5.5 Degrees, and they're actually a company that if there's not a current integration, they will build an integration that will work from Revel Systems to the software that you want us to integrate. So I've actually worked with some major enterprise customers that actually wanted SAP or Salesforce to be integrated, and that company was able to integrate both ERP systems together.
Oh, cool. So you even work with kind of deeper dive integrators at that point?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, awesome. I think that is all we had. If anybody else has any questions, you can drop them into the Q&A right now, but that was all we had for the time being. So we'll follow up with everybody on the webinar just to make sure you got all your questions answered. And you know, Michael's available, of course. We can introduce Michael to anybody specifically if you want to take a deeper dive in what makes sense for your business. And our team is working closely with the Revel team to make sure that you get all your questions answered. So appreciate everybody's time, and we look forward to working with everybody. Thanks, Michael.
Hey, thank you, Alex. Everybody have a great day.
All right, bye.